here and everything has become evidence-based. This is a myth and a fact. The reason why it's a myth is because it's deemed that because it's evidence-based, then it's scientific. And that is a myth. And that is a path that could lead, well, it led me, it might not lead you, obviously, but it led me to making bad decisions. Evidence-based is everything. It's our opinions. It's what underpins everything that we do. Scientific evidence-based is when a clever person, a PhD, has an idea, still an opinion, by the way, still an opinion, and then they test that opinion. And then hopefully, if there's enough funding, they get that opinion retested. From that point, we now have something that's more reliable. Yep. Would we agree with that so far? Excellent. Now I've got another little question for you, and this is really a question for me, and that is, how do we define success? Just going back for a moment for those of you that are on operations, because really, why do we want to know about good decisions? Why are we even here? We want retention. We want repeat business, and ultimately, we want increased revenue. And in order to get those things, we need to make sure that the decisions we are making within our business are going to be profitable. Could I have a show of hands if you think that a successful business is one that loses money? Good, excellent. Can I have a show of hands if you think that your business is successful, if it's making money? Excellent, yep, good, lovely. And how many people want to have a successful business that's ethical? Excellent, there's a few unethical people over there. Don't go near them in the bar later. They're going to try and fleece you for a pint. All of these things are all about our business and how we can create a better experience for our clients. The real reason I'm here is for therapy, because I was the trainer that didn't really look at where I was getting my opinions from. I was the trainer that did my level 3 about 4 times. I did my NASM just so that I could go and speak in America. But I listened to gurus and I allowed them to help me make decisions. What I didn't do was go and check the level of scientific literature behind the opinions that I was making. And that led initially to Jesus Joe. And Jesus Joe was scraping her clients around Wimbledon in order to, what I thought, help them. I had full clients, I had a waiting list, but when I was asked about the research, I had never read it. And when I got a phone call from Faster to say, you know that course that you did, we were wrong. I was like, what? And I thought, oh, well, that's another $2,500 then that I need to go and spend. And at that point they went, no, you're a Faster trainer, and if you've done a Faster course, then you can come back and resit that course as many times as you like. I was like, well, phew, but I still don't want to go and read the research because I came from the world of acting. I'm not a PhD. That was the last thing that I wanted to do. What I did, like anybody that would be in my situation, I think, is ignore it for at least 5 years, put my head in the sand until finally I started to read the research. What had happened to me was I made a bad decision. And it took me to techniques that weren't doing what I thought they were doing. It took me to a place where I thought I was a bit of a guru. And when I discovered that I was wrong, I was emotionally attached to my mistake. And I did not want to let it go. And so my therapy is coming here and hoping that if I can share this with you, then maybe you'll go away and you think, you know what, I want to be the trainer that, like Joe, goes, my client's success isn't defined by the spoon that I was scraping along their knee. It's defined on the level of evidence that I work from. By doing that, it means that, sure, I'm going to be wrong again, but now when I'm wrong, I'm not emotionally attached. Now when I'm wrong, that's fine. There's new research, or I've asked a better question. And at this point, if you're looking at the research, you're the expert. And as I mentioned, if you're on the operations side, I don't know how you're measuring your business, but I know that to be the expert, you need to keep questioning and asking those questions to help you. With this in mind, if you really do want to be that expert, because let's face it, when people came to train with me when I first started, they knew nothing about fitness. They'd basically watched Arnie, or they'd watched The Terminator, Linda Hamilton. That was me. I'm like, I want to be a gym trainer because Linda Hamilton can do pull-ups. They didn't really know that much about fitness, to be fair. I'm looking around to see if anybody was in the gyms that long ago. Basically, you came in for a PT session and you went, you, the biggest guy in the room, can you train me? And he probably didn't have any form of qualification whatsoever. And that was it. That's the basis of your gym training. But now, our clients, our members, they come to us with a whole heap of information. You only have to walk around this room and see the most conflicting information possible. Where do you go with that? What you need to know now as a club owner, as a trainer, is where our clients are getting their information from. At this point, we're looking social media, TikTok. We need to know what they're thinking. This brings me to the fun that I'm going to have with fallacies, and I hope that you have a bit of fun here with me. These are the things that I've used with my kids as they've grown up, and I still try and use them as they're teenagers to get things done at pace. Because one of the things that makes it so hard for me to make a decision is it requires a lot of brain. And actually sometimes it's quite nice to just go, I don't want to use my brain, fallacy moment. We're going to start off with superstitions. I thought I'd use this one. A superstition can be great. I've got my lucky pants on today. We have lucky pants in our household. My daughter's wearing her lucky pants because she's currently doing her A-levels. Nadal, I'm going to Queen's at the weekend. I thought I'd bring a tennis player in. I'm from Wimbledon. And he loves his superstitions. A lot of sports players do because it helps to take away that pressure. But it is based on very poor information. That's your fallacy. It's something that's based on poor information. If you notice, he likes to be caught in the shower 45 minutes before going on court. He likes to put his water bottle in a specific position. He likes the player to walk onto the court before him. Then he does his whole nose thing before he serves. Cum hoc ergo propter hoc. Correlation versus causation. I love this one in the fitness industry. How many times do we see, well, if you have these supplements as well as a healthy diet, then you're going to lose weight. It's more about the healthy diet than it is about the supplement. Just because one event takes place doesn't mean then it's going to lead to another event. Recently, for those of you that are members on Female Fitness Trainers, we had a great example of about 3 fallacies, but one of them specifically was the correlation versus causation. They said that they went out for a walk but forgot to do their warm-up, and as they went down to pick up their dog's poop, which is, by my opinion, the best about having a dog. No, it's not. It's not the best bit. But they slipped their back out. And that is a correlation versus causation. We can't. Call to authority. How many people have fallen for this one. We don't have to do that yet. I have, and many a time, and I've used it, and I might try and slip a call to authority in this talk, so be aware. The call to authority is something like Brad Pitt wears this cream and therefore it's the best cream for your body. That is definitely a bit of a call to authority. If you want to sell a program in a gym, your new HIIT training program, Usain Bolt, he's the man to sell your program. Genetic fallacy. Had a little argument with my daughter over this one because she's in the middle of doing biology and she went, genetic is about your genes. I'm like, it's not about your genes, Daisy. This is about your history, where you come from. An example of a genetic fallacy that might be useful is our acupuncture. Acupuncture must work because it's from China. That's an example of a genetic fallacy. Incidentally, if you want acupuncture to work, go and see someone who's Chinese in Chinatown. It's less likely to work if you get a blonde chick to do it. Just saying. You'll see this in the fitness industry. If we want to make something a little bit more sexy, we might just call it German volume training or a Bulgarian split squat. You see how that works? Suddenly, it's now become something I want to take seriously. Don't worry, by the way, if you're going, I've fallen for that one. It's fine. We all have. Bandwagon. Do love a bandwagon. This is actually great, though. It is, honestly. When I was presenting out in Thailand, I needed to make a snap choice of where I was going to eat, and it was street food. What do? You go for the restaurant that's full of Thai people on the street. You think, well, it must be good. But what that actually means is if they are poisoning people, it just means more people die. That's all. It's just, let's be right, not the dead ones. Falls for this? Anybody? I know you're not as old as me, but yes, I did, because I thought spot fat reduction. Yes. There's a few others. See how we get on later. Ad hominem, Latin for of the man. It's basically a personal attack. I've got nothing nice to say about this one, okay? Apart from the fact is if I'm online and someone comes out with one of these fallacies, I've won. Ka-ching! Because this is insulting just because of who you are. You may well have heard a trainer, oh, what do you know about training? You're overweight. What has that got to do with somebody's knowledge? Absolutely nothing. The one I get is, what do you know about lifting? You're a female. Welcome to my underpants. I just got to bring the level up here and dance to the tunes. These are my research pants. You've got to make research a little bit more sexy. Try explaining this in America. They're looking at that going, what the hell are pants? They're the leg things, aren't they? What has this got to do with research? No idea. What this has to do with research is that if we've gone through those fallacies and we've gone to any one of those, I've made a business decision based on a fallacy. We might need to buy ourselves some pants and put some information in it. We need to know what our clients, what our members are listening to. What you get to do, put your pants on and then put all the information that they've got into your pants. That could be TikTok, that could be Instagram, it could be a blog, YouTube, all of those things. Then what we do is go, right, they know that already. Okay, that was all right in the 80s. But now we need to know more than then. What we're going to do now is look at the research. And that, we haven't really got time to delve further into my pants, I'm sorry. Maybe later at a pre-call party, but not right now. Let's just say that we make it sexy, we look at how that research relates to our client, what's relevant through the question. We then want to make sure that If it's a study that's done on guinea pigs, which, sorry about this, but a lot of pelvic floor studies are actually done on guinea pigs, they go straight out the side of my legs, because I don't want research that's done on guinea pigs. Like, I don't want research that's been done on dead bodies. All of my clients are living. If you train dead people, then go for it. Read those studies on those cadavers. But what happens is the stuff that's relevant stays here. Everything else slips out of the legs. So you basically get the crotch of awesome information to help you make those decisions. Little recap of what we've done so far. We've thought about how we make a decision. We've thought about everything is from an opinion. We need to know what our opinions are, and if we can go back to the gym and help our team think about the opinions that they have, create a safe space for us to discuss. One of the things that I found really, really useful is to go, right, what do I know? And then go, right, write it down. Why do I think I know this? Well, I think I knew this because Linda Hamilton did it in The Terminator. Or I think I know this because I learnt it on my level 2, my level 3. I think I know this because I read it in one study, which might be a cherry-picked, another fallacy. Once you can do that, you can start to establish how good the quality of evidence is. Books, blogs, NHS, the British Pain Society are awesome places to go to. And my hope is that you want to know a little bit more about this afterwards, because this is the game changer with your clients. And why is it important to have a game changer with our clients? It's because we're in the experience industry. And if you are spending your money and making decisions trying to find new members, you could be saving money in your business by creating an experience that members want to stay for. I was reading in the Harvard Business Study that if you can spend money on retention, just 5%, you will increase your profits by 25 to 95%. And we all agreed that a business that is successful is a business that earns more money than it spends. But if you're not measuring the amount of members that you're losing, then potentially you could be losing a lot more money. And when I say a lot more money, Equinox were losing over 1.5 million on lost sales. If you can invest creating that experience, that relationship with your client, if you can know your client so well that you know that they like to be greeted at the door by Elaine, they like to have a soft towel, they like to go in this area of the gym, they don't like it when that music's playing loud behind them. If you know your member that well, if you're a personal trainer, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to get more comfortable with the underpants, because there, the experience you deliver is essential that it comes from the highest quality of research. There, all we have to play with is biomechanics, get the right exercise at the right time, the right energy system at the right time, make somebody feel the way they want to feel in the session and 3 days later. The client that comes in and says, I don't want to feel my lower back because I injured it, you want to know exactly which exercises to use. So you need to have checked the underpants. The client that comes in that says, I love it when I can't walk down the stairs, then you need to go, oh, yep, I checked the research and I know exactly how to give you that feeling. Personal training is not a bag of peanuts. That one's for you, Jay. It's not a bag of peanuts. Personal training is a feeling, and our clients judge us on the way we make them feel. And that's the same if you're a in operations. They judge your club on the way you make them feel. Those are the things that we covered. I'm going to go quickly through that because I want you to share a few things with me. Bob Asquari, he went into Equinox and he sorted out the 1.5 million issue, and he then turned around Genesis Club. I was chatting to him and he said, "You can quote me in your talk, Joe. Cost of acquiring a new member is 3 times more than retaining an existing one." That is a fallacy of a call to authority, just so you know. I am aware of that. But he did do it, so you can go and do your research and you can see the effect he had on business. Have I got time? How long have I got? One minute left. Amazing. So now, if you want to know more about my underpants, click that link. And I would like to know, does anybody have a fallacy that they know they've fallen for? I've only got 1 minute. Come on, someone must, don't make me do another fallacy on my own. Anybody fallen for a fallacy? Anybody buy 5 fingers? 5-gram shoes? You sensible lot. You sensible lot. I did. He did. We bought 5-fingered shoes. And by the way, if you're going, I did really, what's wrong with 5-fingered shoes? They are amazing as a boat shoe. They are brilliant as a boat shoe. That's what they're designed for. If you bought them to go and strengthen your feet, go to America, you get your money back because they settled out of court. Yeah. So that, I can't, come on, someone has a fallacy. The
MBT trainers.
Oh, MBT trainers. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Yes. Ollie, have you fallen for one? No. Foam rolling. Yeah. Relieving tension. Any others? Now you can ask me a question that's, we have done the fallacy thing now, but if you would like to ask me a question, that's absolutely fine. I hope you've enjoyed today. There is so much more I'd like to say. 25 minutes is next to nothing on time-wise. But if you can take some of this back to your team, create that environment and help them to question, my hope is that you can get a higher level of retention and a better experience. Thank you very much.